Andrea, thank you so much for coming and for being here on the Corporate Diary. We are very happy to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me. Can't wait to dive into some questions.
I wanted to bring you on because you are a woman thriving in such a male-dominated field. You know, when we think about the video game industry, it's you know, usually brought on through, we hear about it through a male lens, right? So to have you here is great. And I also wanted to have you share more about your story because you have such an interesting backstory and you're still a student from what I understand. You are at Ottawau. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you got to Vancouver, how you got to EA Games?
So basically with my degree, I'm doing a Bachelor of Commerce degree at the University of Ottawa, and I'm in third year. So part of my requirements for my program, because I also did a co-op program, was to do a certain number of work placements or internships, as we like to call them, at the University of Ottawa. So I had worked in previous roles before, and I saw a posting on our co-op navigator with all the job bank of every job you can apply for, and I saw one for electronic arts. And I thought, wow, like that would be an amazing opportunity to go and to move to Vancouver and to try out something completely new. But it was for actually a business analyst role. And although technically I was qualified to do that role, I didn't think that I would make the move across the country to do math every day. So I contacted the co-op office and asked if they could speak to their contact at Electronic Arts, and they actually found a marketing and project management role that was available. So I ended up applying for that, and lo and behold, I got the job, and I've been working at EA for almost a year and a half now.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do for EA Games?
Sure. So my 8-month internship was from August of 2015 to May 2016.
You were brought on to do marketing and project management and events as well. And then you were asked to come back, right?
At that point, I was ready to go back to school. I had 2 semesters left to graduate. And my manager asked me to come into his office, and he asked me if I would like to stay another 8 months. It was something that I hadn't even thought of doing, but I felt like there was so much that I hadn't learned yet, and I just wanted to stay at this amazing company. So I was doing marketing when I started, a lot of event marketing for a professional-only event that EA runs annually in Vancouver.
Okay.
And from that, it went into a lot of project management. Once they could see the set of skills that I had and different things that I could offer, I did a lot of project management, one for a B2B meeting application, and the other was for an insights report, an industry insights report on external development within the games industry.
Wow, that sounds really crazy.
It was a bit of a learning curve, but it was like an amazing opportunity.
Your experience is at EA Games, but maybe you've been to different conferences or you've been to different events, or you know people, other women in the video game industry, so you can formulate an opinion about the ratio of men to women. What do you see?
I think the first day I walked into EA was amazing. The campus is amazing, but one thing I really noticed was it was all males around me, and it was amazing. I was like, am I the only female that works here a lot of the time? Like, you would go to the gym and you're the only female working out. I'd be in the cafeteria. Like, there'd be a couple other females around. But I think now I've really gotten used to it, and I almost notice more females within the games industry. But I think it also depends on the nature of the job. So Vancouver is our head office in Canada, and it's where a lot of the development happens for our EA sports titles, so NHL, FIFA, Madden, things like that. So the people on those teams are predominantly male because they love hockey, they grew up playing NHL. Not to say that females don't love the game as much as males do, but traditionally it's been more male focused. So not that there's a clear distinction between how the ratio of females to males, but it's not that big. I think at our EA studio in Vancouver, there's 20% female, 80% male, but that number is growing each quarter, I'm told, and there does seem to be more almost initiatives to get more females into the workplace and into the video games industry. There's women in animation, concepts like that. There's girls who code. So there's definitely a shift going towards more women in the games industry. I've been to the head office in Redwood Shores in California, and there's a lot of business roles there, and I did see a greater number of women at that head office, and I also know that the Sim is actually a predominantly female team of developers. So it really depends on the team, and it depends on who the best people are pretty much to create the game. Because it's all about the player experience and what a player is going to absolutely love. So whether that's male, whether that's female, whether that's a mix of both, it really depends on the game that's being created. People traditionally think about video games as a console game, so playing on Xbox or PS4. They don't think about all of the other aspects of games. So a PC game, playing Facebook games, playing mobile games like Candy Crush and Bejeweled, like all of those count as video games. I think that's what people don't really realize. I'll actually throw in a little bit of a stat here as I'm on this trend, but as the number of mobile games continues to grow, there's tons of mobile games out there, and the ability to create them is much easier. The predominant players of mobile games are actually females. So
really?
Yes. So which is changing the video games industry completely, because usually these companies were targeting just males because that was their target market. But for mobile games, they're seeing that females are actually more of a target because they're not the classic, sports or shooter games.